So you're able to listen to this video, right? You decided to watch this video, right? You have an idea in your mind of you want better, you want more for yourself. But with the negativity or the discouragement and even setting yourself back by having your thoughts be like, oh, it's not possible. Oh, like it's going to be the same thing over and over. All of that is just setting yourself up to remain the same. The fact of the matter is that it's not too late because you're still living. It's literally as real as that. The fact that you still have the ability to make a change, even if it's not going to be that everything changes in the next few months. Although we don't know when things will change, God knows it's His will regardless. We still have to put in the effort, the work, because we got to say to ourselves that we did everything that we could. When I was young, and I still say it up until now, but I remember when I was younger, I used to always have this process of like, man, if this was it, like if I can't even have like another day, or like if I had to just look back in life and say I did everything I could, can I say I'm so proud of myself? Can I say that I did everything in my capability by His grace, by His mercy, to put in the effort and got the strength from Him? Did I use what He gave me, or did I waste it? And yes, sometimes maybe I'll be like, oh, I gotta do more. Yes, sometimes I'll have like a day that I'm not doing the best and I could actually push myself a little bit more. And yes, sometimes I'm hurting about things. But the thing about that is that I never let it stop me forever. It can stop me maybe for 5 minutes. It could stop me for half of the day. It could stop me for 2 days. But the second that I knew and I had it click in that I want to be able to look back and say to myself, I'm so proud of everything that I put in, and I did everything in my capability by His grace once more. Because first of all, we can't do it without the Lord, and we wouldn't even be living if it wasn't for Him. My point is that we're not doing enough because we're hindering ourselves with the beliefs that we have. You have to change that system and put in the effort. Now, listen, it's not going to be an instant snap and everything changes. But one thing that I really want to make clear is that if you are so determined, whether it sounds cliche, whether you hear it all the time, if you are determined and you have the resilience, you will do it. But here's the thing, how you talk to yourself matters. If you're putting yourself down all the time and saying, oh, it's too late, it's not possible, or you know what, let me give it in, or why do I need more in life? What's the point? How are you going to spread your mind and grow your beliefs to think that there's more out there? It's always going to be the wishful thinking at times. There's going to be more times that you're motivated because you have no discipline, and you might get inspired and you want to do more today, and that day might be a good day for you. But the last few days, the last few weeks, the last months even beforehand, right? The past has been different. So I'm saying until you decide to change it and say that I'm going to bring my mindset to a different, complete new belief, and I'm going to work on it the best I could every day, even if it meant that you're only given 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day to do that, you're still doing it because it's all going to add up. So I'm saying don't let it be that you have your one day of, oh my goodness, I'm feeling so good and I'm just going to do it. That one day out of the month when you could have had at least a week, at least 2 weeks, it could have happened if you would have just kept practicing to change your beliefs. So I really want y'all to watch videos about feeding your spirit. If it's not going to be my videos, it could be anybody's videos. If it's not going to be something that you find right away, like something that's useful, something that's not changing your mindset, you have to keep working towards it. Anything in life that's worth having means that you have to put in effort. It's not going to be easily handed, and anything that you get fast, best believe is going to be gone faster than you got in it. So I'm saying like these cheat codes for us to just be like, let's have an easy ride. Let's have an easy journey. No tribulations, no trials, no sorrows, no suffering. How are we going to grow? Imagine if everything was so easy and smooth and I wake up and, oh, la-di-da-di-da. Oh, let me eat whatever I want. Oh, I'm still fit as heck. Oh, yeah, I have the perfect body. Oh, I'm still energetic because I didn't even eat today and I didn't fuel myself and I just don't care, but I can still have it within me. Does that sound realistic? Does it? And of course, we all have different bodies and different mindsets and different upbringings. I'm saying based off of your circumstances, your situation, what are you doing that you know it is required? Because the truth of the matter is that a lot of us, A lot of us know what we got to do. And if it's not that you know what you got to do, there's access and resources to what you got to do. There's plenty of videos, although I'm not breaking it completely in this video. That would be another video, another topic. But there's plenty of videos out there. There's plenty of things that you've learned through life and people even that you can go to that put you on, that teach you what is the blueprint, what is required. But yet it's always going to be, well, I'm going back to my comfortability. Why? Because it's comfortable. Why? Because it's safer. Why? Because it doesn't require much and it doesn't require growth. Because you don't want to grow enough. And that's where the truth has to kick in. I want y'all to really, really be real with yourself. For me, once I became real with my life, with my truth, and understood myself, and I really knew who I was and the things that I lacked in, the things that I needed to change, the things that I've been doing for so long that are not working for me, and unless I change it, nothing will work for me, or the things that I want to work for me, the where and the places and the things that's capable and possible. In order for it to happen, I had to do the work. I had to be harsh. I had to ask God to guide me, and I surrendered, and I knew the growth was challenging. Like, honestly, the growth is painful. And I will wrap this video up with this, because I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, the growth just feels like a sore tooth that hurts so bad. It's just aching and it's so uncomfortable, and you just want to pull it out. And I'll use this again in another video, but I just want to give you like a quick idea of what I was thinking. It was much more to it because I was relating it back to my situation and how I was feeling. However, when I was going through that process, my mindset was like, oh, I don't like the feeling and I don't want the feeling. And I was just so ready to just have it stop. But I knew I had to go through it in that moment, even if it didn't mean that it needed to last that long. Remember, we are not dictating our life. We're not in control fully. We can only worry about the things that we physically can control and the spiritual things that we could do to feed our spirit and our soul, those sorts of stuff. But I'm saying at the end of the day, it's the facts of we're not worrying and making the situation worse. We're not remaining fearful. We're not allowing ourselves to remain in sorrow or remaining in weakness. We're actually putting effort in, such as like prayer. And I don't want to sidetrack, but like if you don't watch my other videos, I do explain and talk about like prayer and reading the scriptures and sermons and videos that are going to be helpful, and just all sorts of stuff that you could be doing, like worshiping and making sure that you're getting closer to God, because that's going to actually keep you aligned, and that's going to keep you like pretty balanced out. Because it comes hard when you realize like, hey, I feel like I'm distancing from God. I'm feeling like I'm far away, especially when things are hard, right? As they say, a lot of people start praying when times are hard, and you never want that to be the case. You want it to be your growth. Now, back to this thing with the sore tooth, kind of an analogy, but it's real life as well. So to kind of like sum that up, that pain and suffering, I didn't want to go through it no more. I didn't want to feel it. However, I knew it was required in order for me to feel peace at some sort of point in life, some sort of moment. Eventually, I'll get to the, okay, it was all worth it. And I say this because like sometimes, yeah, you could have aches and pains for different reasons, and maybe you don't get the results at the end. Maybe it's requiring you get your teeth taken out and you don't get a replacement that you want, or you don't get your teeth fixed the way you like afterwards, or the pain and the suffering lasts longer than you wanted to. However, it does not mean that that's where things stop, and it also does not mean that's where you stop in general. This applies in real life, because when it's not too late, you don't have all your teeth gone. Even if you did, like, y'all, that's not the point. Even if you did, you're not going to stop eating. You're not going to stop doing certain stuff that you still have capability of doing, even if it meant that you have to make different adjustments for your circumstances. All I'm saying is that you have to work with what you got, but don't limit and don't lessen yourself because you don't have the potential and you believe that. Right? Like, it's a belief system. If somebody is so confident and believes in them so much, and you see their efforts are showing that they're chasing after it, they're putting their all into it, you are going to believe that they're going to eventually become successful, or at least you get to say to them or believe, let's say if this is your situation, that it will come. It will eventually come in due timing, by His grace, by His will. It will happen if it is according to His will, of course. However, the point is that did you actually say and did and do and continue to everything that you need to, or did it stop? Did it become like, oh, when I was young, I used to do that. I used to be such a big believer. I used to really try my best. But life is hard. Life changed me. I don't have the same faith. I don't even really believe. That all has to change. And it's now the time for you to rewire yourself and make sure that whatever you're in right now and that season that you're in, allow it to just go. Allow it to just flow, in the sense of like, don't let it get the best of you. See what areas and where you could actually fix things and help things out with the control that God has given you, right? He's the creator. He's in charge of our life, and He still gives us free will, but we're trying to live according to His will. So I'm saying, when there's certain stuff that you need to do, even if you don't want to do it, when you know it's right and it's not the bad, you're doing the right thing, you do it instead because it's good. That's how you want to live. That's how you start changing and push yourself. In the future videos, I'll talk about accountability partners, support systems, getting into a community, sorry, y'all. Getting into a community, getting into fellowship with others that are believers that are like you, being around people that are doing better than you, because that's also going to uplift you. Something as simple as going to the gym. I feel like most times people work harder when they go to the gym, because when you're at home, you're really just, kind of like saying, hey, like, that's it. It's just me in the room. But when you're around other people, not only can it motivate you and inspire you, but sometimes that's where your competitive side can come in, or you kind of look at things at a different perspective. That's another thing I'll talk about in another video as well. But I just thought about it now, like how it impacts you to push yourself even more, because people are watching, or you simply know that there's more that people can do, and you want to push yourself to a higher limit, a higher extent, a higher potential that you have. And it's all within you, but you have to bring it out. And with that tooth analogy, like I was saying, like, it applies in real life. Just wait until things get better, but push through the pain and the suffering, because it'll all be coming to an end where you get to relax, you get to say thank you. Obviously, you're still going to be saying thank you now, but I'm saying you're going to say thank you to yourself, to the Lord, that you never gave up, that He's given you strength. But thank you just overall to the facts of like, wow, it was all worth it. Like, I'm so thankful that I got into this point. I'm so thankful that I get to look back and say it was all worth it, because it really is. And never believe it's too late. If you're still able to live this life and continue on every day, then it's not the end. It's that simple. It's not the end. All right. So I hope this video was helping y'all in some way. I hope it's helpful. And if you haven't still given this video a big thumbs up, please do so. Don't forget to be subscribed with your post notification on. And that's it. I will be talking to y'all very, very soon. Questions, concerns, leave it down below. Bye, y'all.